These are very common when we design a program in Python. Functions are like your kind of a go-to thing. So how does a function, what is a function, by the way? So we can define a particular block of code which we want to reuse. Okay, we can define a particular block of code which we want to use, a kind of a functionality which I'm using again and again. Okay, so let's say I'm using this functionality a is equal to, let's say, a plus 2. I'm using this, oh sorry, I'm using this functionality again and again. So what can I do? One way is I can do like this, right? I can repeat this. The another way is I can create a function for this like this, and then I can use same function again multiple times. Okay, you will see more of an understanding later, but let's see the syntax here. Whenever you are defining a function, right, you have to use a def keyword in the beginning, then the function name, and then if there are any parameters, you will enter a parameters. If there are no parameters, then also it's fine. It's not mandatory to have a parameter. Then this is what we called as a docstring. So what does a docstring means? Docstring means you are mentioning someone someone else might be reviewing your code, right? You are mentioning what this function does. You can mention here docstring. So it's a comment, right? You remember three quotes here, three quotes here. It's a kind of a multi-line comment. So this is a docstring. So docstring will give some information about the function. So whenever you will design a function, right? So you can mention this docstring. So what will happen? So let's say if I hover my mouse, you see my mouse, I'm hovering on this. You see what is here? Docstring. Where this information is coming? This information is coming here from here. See, I write. Now see, docstring is useful. See the changes. So this is how you mention detail about a function. Then this is something called as a return. Return means what? Let's say you performed a calculation here. A is equal to let's say 1 plus 2. Now a is a 3, right? So you can return anything. You can this function can return something. So you can keep a here. So what this function, whenever you use this function, right, what will this function return? This will return value of a. So what will be the value of a? Value of a will be 3. Okay, now let's build our understanding a little bit more. So why do we need a function? I mean, without function also I can do it, right? So let's say this was our code. This is a very simple code in terms of finding even and odd. Okay, so num is equal to 24 if number is divisible by 2. It's an even number. If it's not, it's an odd number, right? Very simple program. If I want to write this as a function, how can I write? I will use the def keyword, right? Remember, this is the string. Oh, this is the syntax, def keyword, then the function name. Function name could be anything you like. Okay, so even underscore odd underscore this. Then this is a what this is a parameter. Okay, you can use a parameter anything. So I have used num here. So it's a variable. Okay, then what I'm doing, I'm checking what. So you see this is the doc string here. So if I hover it here, so this function finds even or odd. So this doc string detail is coming here. Now if whatever I'm passing here, this number could be 24. See here, it's a 24, right? So whatever I'm passing here, right, this will this particular value will come here, right? So if the rest of the code is same, I just copy pasted this to here. The only change I did is I added a doc string. Okay, and I added a function def as a keyword, then function name, then a parameter here, and then I have to keep a tab gap because this is the higher function. You see, even after if I'm giving a tab, right, because this line I mean, this line is dependent on, I mean, this line is dependent on whom? This line is dependent on this. And this line is dependent on whom? This line is dependent on this. Okay. So you can assume it like grandfather, then father, then child. So you have to make a little bit tab space here. Okay. Okay. So now if I pass anything in this function, so this particular program, this particular function will execute. How it will execute? So let's see. So how will I call a function? This is my function name, right? So even I will write this function, then I will pass any value, whichever I want to test it. So this 23, see function name and then brackets, this 23 will go where? This 23 will go in this num. So this num gets replaced with what? Num is equal to 23. So if num is 23 to 23 modulus 2, or it's not divisible by 2, right? So it will, this part will try to get executed and this will be printed. So if I run this number is odd. But if I use 12, what will happen? So 12 will be passed here in the num. Okay. 12 modulus 2 is 0, right? Because 2 6 are 12, right? So the result will be 0. So then this should get print. I run this and then I run this. See, the number is even. So now I do not have to write this again and again. I can directly call this function multiple times. See, this I do not have to call or repeat this particular line of a code again and again. I can directly call this. I can have different values here now. I can have 23, I can have 25, I can have 26. Very simple now. 28. I can run all of them. See, in single line, because I have written a function which could identify even or odd, I can directly place values here. This values will get replaced here. This values will then be tested here. And then based on the logic, it will present whether it is even or not. Okay. Okay. Am I clear up to this part? Do you understand functions? Anyone has any doubts in this?
No, we good, we good.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Now function with multiple parameters. Okay. I was passing here only 12, right? So what if I want to pass another element here? What will I have to do? I have to add another element here like this, num2, something like that. I will have to add. Okay. So let's see this in our next example. So function with multiple parameters. What do I mean by multiple parameters? If you remember this syntax, here I was using a single parameter, right? But here I'm using multiple parameters. How do I know I'm using multiple parameters? A comma B. That means A is a parameter, then B is another parameter. Okay, because my function demands two parameters. Why two parameters? Because I need to perform A plus B. In A plus B, I need to have two elements, right? Then only I will be able to perform an additions, right? So what I'm trying to do here is I took a variable which is called as a result. I call this function. How am I calling this function? Function name here, then an element 2 here, and then another element 4 here, for whom I have to perform the addition. So what will happen? This 2 gets replaced here. So A is equal to 2 and then B is equal to 4. So once A and B has 4, then I can perform an addition, right? So 2 plus 4 is what? 6. Oh,
See.
yeah. So because I have, where will this 6 will come? This 6 will come here. So what will happen then? It will be like this. 6 is equal to, I mean, this will replaced, this will be replaced, or the value which is returned. You see this return will return a 6 value. It will return here. It will return in result. So this particular will be evaluated into 6, then 6 gets assigned to result, and then result, and then this will print the value as 6. Okay, so this is how functions are working.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed our session at LWP Labs. For more videos like this, you can subscribe to our channel and contact the number for live classes. The future is now with AI.